Don't make big messes, okay? You doing it careful? Is it good, Smithy? See, it's messy, so Mommy's gotta clean up, huh? Can you put your stuff back in? She's warming up in front of the heater. And then Mommy's gonna clean. Because we're just having a lazy day today, huh? Did you put your stuff back in? Yeah. Huggies. Huggies. Oh, thank you. Thank you, so sweet boy. Can we kiss each other? Can we kiss each other? Oh. Can we kiss it? You saying hi? Say hi, everyone. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say thanks for watching us. Give him a kiss. Kissy. Oh, that's a nice boy. You give him more kisses. Can Mommy have a kiss too? The kisses. You can give him another kiss? Oh, that's a nice boy. Oh, you give him a kiss? That's a nice boy. You gonna kiss me, Dina? Kissy? Oh, huggy. Can I kissy? Oh, you gonna give them a kissy? You must really love them, huh? What about Mommy? Does Mommy get a kissy? Mommy wants a kissy. Oh, huggy. Oh, that's a nice boy. Whoa. Whoa, it's just... Uh-oh. See, that's a big mess, huh? Say, uh-oh. That's a big mess. So Mommy's gonna have to clean it up now. Okay? Don't play in it, alright? No, don't play in it. You gotta get it away and clean it up, okay? Thank you. Now, baby Jade have some? What was that? Tooting toot. Uh-oh, he's gonna spill it. Oh, you Mommy? Thank you. So I just thought that I'd do an 18-month postpartum video on myself, since I did an 18-month update for Jaden, even though this coming week he's going to be, or I think actually this weekend, he's going to be 19 months. He was 3 weeks early, so technically he wouldn't be 19 months until the first week of May. But as far as myself goes, I did have a C-section with him, so my scar is healed great. It did take a little bit longer than I've heard most other people who I've heard of or talked to who had a C-section, and I think that's probably because I'm a diabetic and I'm type 1 diabetic. I've mentioned, I think, in my introduction video and possibly a few other ones, that I'm diabetic, and with diabetes, you can sometimes take like longer to heal or be slower to heal from wounds and stuff. But other than that, I didn't have any like infection or any complications or anything with it. But one thing that I do think is really weird is from most other like moms, like my mom had a C-section with me as well as my younger brother, and I'm on Facebook on many mommy groups and even C-section groups, and just from like other moms who have had C-sections, even like 5, 10, 20 years later after having a C-section. Like even my mom, I'm 20 years old and she had a C-section with me, and even her scar is still numb. And with me, my scar is not numb at all, other than the like last like 2 inches of the right side of it. That's the only like area that it's numb. And I just think it's really weird because the other side, on the left side, was the side that took a little bit longer to heal than the other side. So I don't know if that's related to it or anything, but as far as like the middle and the left side of it goes, I don't have any like feeling loss or numbness in it at all. I have full feeling and it feels completely normal and everything, other than the last like 2 inches on the right side of it. So I don't know, but I just thought that was kind of a weird thing. And so like as far as weight and stuff goes, I think like into my late teens and just like growing up, I've always had like trouble losing weight. I've never been like an obese kid or anything like that, but I think I've been on the like fluffier side, and I've just always had like trouble like trying to lose weight or anything like that, until I had Jaden. I was about 140, 145 when I got pregnant with him. And the day that he was born, I was 207, guys, 207 pounds. I gained, can't remember what it was exactly when I had calculated it out, but it was, I want to say it was like 67 or 64 pounds, but I gained like over 60 pounds when I was pregnant with him. And considering he was an 11-pound baby, that's not counting like the placenta or my water or anything, and I did have preeclampsia and a lot of swelling and water retention, so I know some of it was that, because 2 weeks after he was born, I was down to 163, so a lot of it did go down easily. But I think it was about a month ago last time I was weighing, I was 139.4, so I am below my pre-pregnancy weight with him, and I'm only 5'3", guys. I'm just barely 5'3", so I'm not a tall person or anything by any means. So I feel I do look plumper, I guess. I would like to be around 120, maybe 115, so I would like to lose a little bit more, but I'm not unhappy with where I'm at. I'm kind of fine and content with where I'm at, but I would like to lose a little bit more. But I haven't done anything special or particular or anything to lose weight after having him, but I have to say, if anything has helped me, the one thing that has helped me the absolute most with losing weight and not like having problems gaining weight, and I haven't dieted or anything at all, even like I don't go to the gym, I don't routinely work out or anything like that, though we do get outside and we do try and stay active a lot, but I don't like have a like routine workout or anything like that. I haven't dieted anything. Sometimes I even do binge eat. If I'm having a craving, I eat whatever it is that I'm craving. In the past 4 months, I've been trying to eat healthier, just our whole family, just for like the health sake and our health wise. I've been trying to do that, but no diets, no anything but breastfeeding. That's the only thing really that's different or that has changed, obviously, since before having him to after having him, is breastfeeding. Before, I would just look at something and I'd gain 5 pounds. And now I can, if I want to eat 4 donuts, or if we want to go eat out, or we happen to eat fast food, or I want to eat half a pizza or something, I might gain like a pound or 2, and within a week I'm right back down to where I was before. And the only thing really that's different, or that has changed, that I can have that to blame for really, is breastfeeding. and even still at 18 months, he breastfeeds really often. If we like are out in public or like visiting family or something, he does breastfeed significantly less than he does if we're just like at home or something. And I think that's probably because he's more active and there's more things that he's busy doing, and he just stays busy more. So I think maybe that's why. But when we're just like at home not really doing anything, I'd say he breastfeeds anywhere from 4 or 5 to like 8 times a day, and usually always to sleep, unless I'm like at night, say getting ready for bed, brushing my teeth, something, and he's really tired. He will occasionally just like go lay down and fall asleep, or if he's watching a cartoon or something, just fall asleep. But 9 out of 10 times he does usually always breastfeed to sleep, and sometimes like once or twice, kind of like dream feeds throughout the night. And I'm totally fine with that. Our goal is 2 years old, but ultimately I'm going to let him self-wean. And so, but I have to say that's the number one thing, guys, that really has been a major help for me with losing weight and like maintaining the weight is breastfeeding. I don't have issues with worrying about if I want to eat out, or if I want to have dessert with the family or something one night, or if we want to get ice cream. I don't typically eat like the greatest or like limit myself or anything. I mean, if I'm having a craving for a candy bar or a bag of chips or something, then sometimes that's what I'll have. And whereas before, I'd, gain like 5 pounds from it and have a terrible time trying to get it back off, whereas now I don't. And the only thing that I can blame for that is breastfeeding. So I definitely recommend that. Or I wouldn't even base whether you're going to breastfeed or not on the fact of if you lose weight or not, but that definitely is a huge bonus and a huge plus to breastfeeding, is it definitely for me has helped completely with my weight issue and helping me lose the baby weight. Another thing is, I wouldn't say after having Mo that I had like postpartum depression. I'm more of like a natural type person. I don't like taking like medications and stuff if I don't absolutely have to. I like trying to take more natural approaches first, so it wasn't terrible to the point that I like needed medication or anything. And so the doctor said more likely it was like baby blues, I guess, and I would just get randomly sad at times or cry at times, just because like I'd see how much he had changed since he was born, or like if he'd like change his size in diapers or change his size in clothes, or have doctor's appointments, see like how much he grew. As I just didn't want him to change. I didn't want him to get big. I didn't want him to grow up. I just wanted him to stay my little baby. And I think that's probably pretty common with most moms, but is you don't want your baby to grow up and to change. You want them to always stay your baby, even though they will. You just, with me, I just physically wanted him to always be my baby. But say probably around a year old, like that got a lot better with me. I still do just see like day after day how much he's growing and changing and how fast he's growing up, and it really is sad. But I look at it as you just gotta enjoy each day and turn it into a positive thing and a happy thing. But I think especially once you start getting into adulthood, and especially once you have children, you really do see how fast that life flies by, and that you can't go back in time, or you can't get, the days and the years back, that they just go by so fast. And that's another reason why I wanted to start doing videos and like vlogging and recording his life and him growing up and stuff, so I always have those memories and things to look back on, and for him to look back on when he's older. I just think that really like is a neat thing, and is a good idea, to like really help with that, so you can hold on to those memories and you always have them. So I'm not sure of anything else to cover. So now, as far as more babies go, we definitely want more. Both of us want a big family. Danny's not too particular in how many exactly he wants. Whenever I ask him, he usually says how many ever I want, he's totally fine with, but that he does want a big family as well. They did, after I had Jane, recommend waiting a year to 18 months at the least, and before at least getting pregnant again. Especially considering I want to try for a VBAC, because something that I really want that I didn't get to have with him, and I really feel if I was able to have had this with him and done this with him after he was born, that he wouldn't have had anywhere near as severe as a problem with low blood sugar that he did, especially considering the first day or two when I wasn't being able to pump a lot of milk. They were giving him formula and he wasn't keeping down, even with the nasal feeding tube, any of the formula that they were giving him, and I think that really made the low blood sugar issue worse with him. But after having a C-section with him, I was literally numb up to my face. My face even was tingling, and so in recovery, my arms and hands were still really numb. I could barely move them, and so I wasn't comfortable and probably couldn't, even if I tried, holding him right after I was first transferred from the operating room to the recovery room. And so I didn't get to hold him until probably about an hour and a half after he was born. And once at that point, they were ready to transfer us to our postpartum room. I think that's what it's called, postpartum room that you go to after the recovery room. And right once we got to that room, we were ready to try and breastfeed, and they're like, no, you gotta wait, and we gotta test his blood sugar first. And that was when his blood sugar was really low, so they wanted to start an IV on him, and so they took him right away to the NICU. So I never got to have skin to skin and breastfeed and stuff like that right after he was born. And I don't know, I feel like I really missed out with that, and I feel like he would not have had anywhere near as severe as an issue with low blood sugar as he did if we were able to do that. And so that's something that I really want with the next, and so I really want to try and go through with trying for a VBAC with the next. And so you do have a higher risk of rupture after you've had a C-section and then trying to have a natural birth, so that's why they do recommend waiting longer before getting pregnant again. And the second reason being that my mom got endometriosis, I believe it's called, an excess growth of scar tissue and she only had 2 C-sections, and she had such an excessive growth of it that the scar tissue had made her uterus connect with her stomach, morph together or grow together, and she had multiple, 3 or 4 different surgeries to correct that, about every year and a half to 2 years, and it kept happening and becoming worse each time, and to the point that she just had to have a hysterectomy and have her uterus completely removed. I believe she was only 33 or 34, not even, I think maybe 32 or 33. She was in her early 30s, and had to get that done. So that's another thing that I worry about, because we do want a big family and we do want 4 to 5 children. So that's definitely something that I worry about, is for one, having that many C-sections, and having an issue like that where, having an issue with the scar tissue and then having to get a hysterectomy or something like that, or having to get, continuous surgeries every couple of years. That's something that I definitely don't want. So I really want to try for a VBAC with our next. Now, considering that both of us are diabetics, something that we do, and Jane was planned, he was our rainbow baby. We had our first at 16 and actually lost her. It was Danny's 17th birthday, the day that I was in the hospital, and actually was having contractions and lost her. So, and that's a whole other story on its own, and why and how I lost our first baby, so I'm not going to go into that in this video, but Jane was our rainbow baby, and so he was planned. We were trying for him. We don't have any sort of like issues when we do decide to start trying. I don't take very long at all to get pregnant, like within the first like month to 2 months. So I'm definitely not concerned about like that or anything, like time framing. We just haven't set or like really decided on in like exact month or time necessarily that we're going to start trying for another, but we're thinking, depending on our health, like we're both type 1 diabetics, so that's something that's really hugely important for us, is having our blood sugars under control. And we do take a few different supplements for like fertility health, to not fertility treatments or anything like by that means, but just for fertility health, like me, to the one that I took before I had Jane was called Ova Boost, and it's just to help your egg quality and help your egg health, especially for somebody like me who has a lifelong health condition that can affect your fertility quality, I guess you would say. And so, and especially for me, some people might think, oh, you're only 20, that's, young to be planning your second, like really third, but second earth baby, I guess, if you'd say, but to be planning your third pregnancy when you're 20 years old. But considering both of us are diabetic and I've had multiple, and my doctors tell me that my best chances for having healthy babies is when I'm younger, because probably as all of you know, if you're doing biology or just know, women don't produce new eggs. So all you have is what you're born with. So all the, damage from the highs and lows and, blood sugar fluctuating over the years lessens the health and the quality of my eggs for me. So that is something that is important for us, is we do want a big family. So the best chances for me, having the best quality eggs and healthy pregnancies and healthy babies is while I'm younger, versus I know many people wait until they're late into their 20s or some even 30s to even start a family, and that's totally fine. Just for me personally and for health reasons, it's best that I do it the younger the better. My grandmother started young. She had her first at 15. My mom had me at 19. So whether you start in your teens or your 20s or your 30s, whatever's best for you and your family is totally amazing. And what you should go with is, you can't base all the same, I guess, and say one person started at this age or so-and-so started at that age, so that's what age you should start at. Every person, every family is different, so whatever's best for you, and especially health. Your health is a huge thing that I'd say to take in consideration when planning the best time to have a family, start on your family, or add to your family. It's definitely sometime between this summer. I'm not sure, like, we want to get our numbers in good tight control, at least for 6 months before we start trying. So definitely maybe between the end of this year and sometime beginning to mid next year. So that we want to start trying for our next, definitely no later than the time that James 3, he's going to be 2 in about 5 months. He's going to be, this September, he's going to be turning 2. So definitely between then and the time a little before he turns 3 is when we want to for sure start trying for another one and add to our family. And I will definitely do like pregnancy updates and keep you guys updated on that when we do start trying for another and add to our family. But we're definitely super excited for that. We've both, ever since Jane was about 6 months old, we already wanted another one. I got baby fever, I guess, when you call it. I just want another like little tiny baby, and the tiny little newborn stage just flies by so fast. And I just really miss that, having a little tiny baby, but at the same time, I don't want them super close in age together, just because I feel like if I had another one that I couldn't spend as much time with him or give him as much time and attention as he needs, and as he deserves, really. And like right now, he's still really needy and dependent on me and stuff, and so I think waiting like another like 6 months to maybe a year is definitely good. I don't want a huge age gap between them either. I definitely think between like 2 and 3 is a good space and age for us and our family anyway. And I definitely don't want, to be so busy trying to take care of him either that I don't really like get to enjoy the newborn stage and having a tiny baby again. So both those reasons are reasons that I rather wait until he's around 2.5 to 3, and that way too, so he's more understanding of it and can enjoy the excitement of it too, and of getting to have a little brother or sister. So I think that that'll be really fun and exciting time for him as well too, if he can actually understand that I have a baby in my belly and he's gonna be a big brother and have a little baby brother or sister. I think that he'll really enjoy that too, if he's able to be a little more understanding of it. And so I think I'm going to wrap up this video so I don't ramble on to you guys forever, but that's just kind of where I'm at 18 months postpartum, almost 19, and where we're at in life, and as far as adding to our family goes. That's where we're at. So let me know if you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up. I leave the links to my Facebook, not my personal page, but I have a separate page that you can to follow us on Facebook, and I sometimes post updates and stuff there, links to videos there. So be sure and do that. Subscribe if you haven't. As always, feel free to share, and thank you all for watching, and we'll see you from the next video, guys. I did not show you guys my belly. I know like a lot of people show like their postpartum belly, and which I have no problem doing. You guys can see I have my stretch marks and stuff, and that is my postpartum belly with the shirt down and with the shirt up, and then I can show you guys my scar. I'm not even really sure. It's really kind of fading, and from about this point of it until about right here is the only area that it's normal. From this point down to here, it's not at all. So I thought that was kind of weird, but